Hi, and welcome to the pilot episode of the 5-Minute Podcast. And I am very excited about this podcast, and it's only for 5 minutes. We're going to talk about tips for direct sellers and for work-at-home entrepreneurs. I have found that this sector has grown so much. And it's kind of exciting to own your own time, to be flexible. That's why I got into it. Right before the pandemic hit, the company I worked for sold, and I found myself without work. And then the pandemic hit. So I had some adjustments to do. At that same time, my father had gone into the hospital and was diagnosed with a lung cancer. And he wanted me to stay home. So I began at that time being a caregiver to both of my parents. Today, they're both doing very well, but I still am taking care of them. We figured out a way for me to get paid. So I do receive my primary income from caregiving. But just like many people out there, I need to subsidize that income with additional money to pay extra credit card debt and to pay it off, pay down that debt and start, really continue that work that I had started for my retirement. I'm 57, I'll be 58 in 2 months. And, it scares me to death to think that to go into retirement without having an income. Or will I? That's the big question. And I think that's a question on many people's minds. Because, back in the day, and, this could have been 20 years ago, 30 years ago, there's a lot of people out there that not only collect a Social Security check, but they were able to work at a company that provided a retirement benefit, which would be huge. So you have a good sector of people out there that are depending on multiple streams of income. They've made investments. They have a retirement. Maybe it's a military retirement. It could be from a company or the military. And they have Social Security, which is awesome for them. But nowadays, that has changed. You do not see retirement benefits very often. Investments, I think a lot of people are still doing investments because they have to. But there's a lot of people that aren't even educated in doing investments. They don't know the first thing about it. So now they're heading into retirement with just Social Security. That could be a problem. You have a lot, the poverty is growing because of this. But the gig economy has come to the rescue. These side hustles have come to the rescue. And I think that sector has grown through the charts. I'm one of those people. Personally, I write books for Amazon, for the KDP program. I do DoorDash, so I do food delivery. I do grocery deliveries with Spark. So I myself am a gig worker. I am out there doing different things at the same time. So all of us are trying to figure out how to pay those debts, and maybe we carry it into retirement. So I'm going to define retirement a little bit differently. So retirement is when you start drawing your Social Security, whether that's at 62, 65, maybe 67, or even 70. Whenever you start drawing Social Security, I'm going to call that retirement. Because many people are continuing to work or find ways to work and bring in income. And maybe you are still living off of investments, but maybe it's still not quite enough. So this podcast is going to cover some of that. We'll talk about being a direct seller. We'll talk about being a Spark driver, being a DoorDash driver, writing for Amazon, all of the above. I'd like to know what you're doing. What do you do? So for 5 minutes, we're going to talk about this. Leave your comments. Tell me what you're doing and what you'd like to hear. So I will see you in episode 1 of this 5-minute podcast. Take care. If you like it, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.